Hi, it's me, Ro, author of Speaking from Spirit, my book. And here is your August 2021 energy alert. So, we're in a 4 month in a 5 global year. And what that means is that there's going to be a lot of work this month. The 4 resonates with taking action, following steps, doing our due diligence. So you might start this month feeling a little bit unmotivated after July, fun, free for all, kind of living it up month. But the 4 is going to call us the task, and we're going to have to get down to business and kind of like right away. So, as a friend of mine used to say, if you want to dance, you have to pay the band. So, it is now doing the responsible things and taking care of everything we have to do. This month, again, going to be filled with action. It is going to be action that is going to follow an order. So, it's not just going to be busy work. It is going to be fruitful. I have to do this, then I do that, and then I do this, and then the task is done. It's about effort. It's about taking care of our health. Um, it's a great month to get checkups. It's a great month to get your car checked out, to deal with home repairs, to shore up or check things, systems, whether that's on your computer, whether that's in your home, whether that's your bank accounts, all of those, some of those, or all of those. It's a good month also to make a plan, to get things in order, to decide how you want to go about things, but it is an action oriented month. So it would be a month of putting these things into practical action, not just thinking about them, but actually taking actions on them. It's a good month to check your smoke alarms and your carbon monoxide. All of those things will be get your checkups. It is going to be a month for all of those things coming into play. Now, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be any fun this month, but it is about that the fun begins after the work gets done or after we do our tasks and handle our responsibilities. And you do want to make sure that you keep your balance in having fun, not making it all work, all tasks, and no play. Then we get really grumpy and grouchy. So you want to make sure that you have your balance with that. What we do this month, it really helps to set the foundation for our future and our future endeavors. So if we don't take action, well, that's kind of making choices too, and that may create some things in our future that are not safe and secure. So you feel it out, put your spirit in charge, make sure that is the one guiding the actions, taking the actions, and that it's not just ego driven, and that your ego is not also doing any sabotage to prevent you from having a safe, secure, sound future. Now, the 5 is also about change. So if there's been some unexpected changes that have made you kind of reevaluate things, even maybe some that are really great, this is the month again to kind of get your ducks in a row with that, kind of do your due diligence, get everything all lined up, get as much information as you can so that you can know how to proceed going forward. Now, let's see what the angels want to tell us. So we have the Goddess Guidance Cards by Doreen Virtue. And I am going to pull a card and see what I got. A jumper. I got a jumper. Oh, Mary Magdalene, Unconditional Love. That's her. Okay. Love yourself and others and every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. She definitely comes to tell us not to judge a book by its cover. So I would take this also, before I even read this, that again, going with that 5 theme of unexpected changes, sometimes changes happen and we're not expecting them and we think that they're terrible at the time. They turn out to be a blessing in disguise. So if that happened in July or happens in August, know that you may not see the bigger picture yet, but don't judge the book by the cover. So Mary Magdalene says, I'm not what most people think, yet to defend myself would be to sink to lower levels than I feel comfortable with. I am one with the divine, just as you are, and it is here that I choose to reside. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, and chaos are just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work from the level of the higher consciousness, where love reigns supreme. It is here where most good can be done, and I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on the good things that you can find in people and rise above all the appearances otherwise. So other meanings of this card: don't worry what others think or say. Heal the situation with love. Send love to those who have hurt or misjudged you. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. All right, so I want to just talk about what she was talking about, this consciousness thing. So, in my opinion, we have three states of consciousness. We have our human mind, which has what we've been told, what we've been taught, what we learned through experience, what our perceptions of those experiences were, opinions, ours and others that were instilled in us. And so it's limited. It doesn't have a big bandwidth, let's say. It's just got information that is based on how we have perceived things, or what our opinions are about things, or things that we've learned. We have our lower mind. That's kind of grouchy. It's kind of miserable. It likes to blame. It likes to act out. It likes to tell us we're horrible. It's not necessarily dark, but it could turn dark. And then we have a higher consciousness, and our higher consciousness really has a very different, higher perspective and view of things. So let me give you an example. All right, so I'm going to use like one that most young adults will understand. You text your friend and they don't text you back right away. And so your human mind goes, well, maybe they're busy, maybe they don't have their phone near them, but they always have their phone near them. Maybe they are thinking about what they're going to say. Maybe they lost their phone. Oh my God, maybe something went, crazy with their phone and they can't answer. In the past, she's answered me right away, but you never know. My mother would say this, the news would say that. My other friends might say this, and this is my perspective, is that, maybe they just didn't see my text. So all these are thoughts. None of them are truths necessarily, but they're just thoughts. They're random thoughts, may or may not be true. Let's say that. Lower mind might go, that's it, getting dismissed. This person is ghosting me. This person doesn't like me. I knew it. This happens all the time to me. Why does this always happen? People always abandon me. Well, she's a jerk anyway. Well, I didn't like her anyway. Well, the world is a bad place because nobody's got your back. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Lower mind. Probably not true at all. Probably none of it not true. Higher mind might say, chill. Relax. You don't know why she didn't answer you. I'm sure it's fine. Relax. Everything is okay. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. When you need to be communicated with, this person will reach out. If they're not a true friend, you'll see it. It's okay. You'll be fine. You are fine. Everything is exactly the way it is. The thing is, we can access any one of those minds, right? And we can also shift out of any one of those minds, but we don't always know that we can do that, right? Sometimes we dwell in that lower mind, and then that creates like the egocentric life that we don't want. Most of the times, most of us are just going to reside in our human mind based on opinions, trusting it as truths, but half of it will not be true. And some of us can get up to that higher mind, and we can actually train ourselves to operate from that higher mind. And when you do, well, life is just a lot more peaceful, harmonious, fluid, easy. Dare I say easy. You don't get ruffled. You don't get into fight, flight, or freeze as much. You don't get as anxious. You just stay calm and all is well. So it's a discipline. You could definitely do that. I have a lot of webinars on that. But I think that that's what she was saying, is not to make judgments, not to go into that lower mind. Certainly it's easy when we're hungry and tired. We've all seen the Snickers commercial, haven't we? But we don't have to live there. And we certainly don't have to listen to that piece. And even the human mind, recognize it doesn't know everything. But the higher mind will always bring us to the truth and to the clarity and keep us in peace, which, by the way, by law of attraction, then attracts to us more ease, peace, love, joy, harmony, abundance, etc. Because we're not dwelling from the egocentric place. Choice is yours. Work on this month. It is a work month. That would be work for sure. But I think that that's what dear Mary Magdalena was trying to tell us, is to stay out of our limited mind at best. Definitely recognize when you're in the lower mind and redirect. And train your mind to stay in that higher mind, higher consciousness, and life then becomes much more joyous. Next deck I'm going to pull from is the Messages from Your Animal Spirit Guides. This is by Stephen Farmer. Let's see what they have to tell us. The mouse. You're overlooking some important details, so pay close attention to what's going on. Okay, so definitely this goes with that 4 energy, because mice are very detailed and very thorough. So pay closer attention to other people's body language, how they move, their gestures, facial expressions, general posture. When you focus not just on what individuals are saying, but also on their body language, you'll find that you have considerably more information, and that you can use to understand what's really being communicated with you. Sit back wherever there are people around and simply observe for a while. Look to see what others say. Look to see if what others say is congruent with their body language, and watch for any discrepancies. Also, pay closer attention to agreements and contracts right now. Now, that's a real 4 thing, because we tend to sign more contracts, get things done, or negotiate things in a 4 month. So you want to definitely look over that. Take your time to completely understand any agreements and find out as much as you can by asking questions and consulting with friends and experts. So it will be a good reconnaissance month, as I call it, where we hunt and gather information so that we can make informed decisions, informed choices, and take right actions. The mouse is also associated with caution, scrutiny, details, fertility, because they do reproduce, alertness, efficiency, thoughtfulness, determination, nitpicking, you don't want to go there, orderliness, fastidiousness, and abundance. Bring it, mice, bring the abundance. So those are our messages and our helpers this month. Call on the mouse energy, call on Mary Magdalena to help you, and stay out of your lower consciousness and question your human consciousness, and discipline your mind to go into higher consciousness. That would be my advice while you're doing all the tasks that you have to do. All right, so a couple of things. I had my first live in-person event this month of 2021 since shutting down in 2020. It's going to be at the Sea Caucus Library in a park. Everything is on my website. It's August 4th. It's a mediumship demonstration. You have to call to register. Please try and get in. I think it's a pretty big space, so I think that we could accommodate a lot of people. It is free, and I'm really excited to be back live in person. You could go to my website Speaking from Spirit, www.speakingfromspirit. And all my events are going to be on there. You can register to be on my email list. You can book a private reading if you want right now. I don't have a lot left for the year, but my calendar is up all through 2022. And you could see the events that I have coming up. I actually have another one in September, but that is a little more limited. This one coming up August 4th should be pretty accommodating to a lot of people. So, and if you haven't read my book yet, you want to read this. Talk about a book about higher consciousness. These spirits in here that told me their story, that's exactly what it is. They told me how they saw it after they died, how they reached a higher level of consciousness. They also told me that you don't have to wait till you die. You can have that happen while you're here. It's a great beach book. I'm telling you, it's a day on the beach book. So you could get that at Amazon or barnesandnoble.com. So that's it for August. And get busy, get to work. Remember to balance that with some fun, have some pleasure and downtime and relax. And I'll see you in September. Right now it's me, Ro, and I am wishing you peace.